So normally I don't record videos at, 2 in the morning. But this has to come out now. This cannot wait. So Donald Trump is constantly, for anyone who's paying attention, Donald Trump and his Postmaster General have constantly been tampering with the U.S. mail and trying to prevent mail-in ballots from going out in order to help him win the election. Well, apparently, he's gone a lot further than just slowing down the mail. Apparently, someone is removing ballots nationwide. And now, this is crazy. With the election being as close as it is right now, this should infuriate you. So, the Washington Post, and by the way, I found this article via the Humanist Report, another progressive channel. Shout out to him. But the Washington Post reports UPS data shows thousands of mail-in ballots missed election day deadlines. The Postal Service ignored a federal judge's order to sweep processing plants on Tuesday after more than 300,000 scanned ballots could not be traced. Nearly 7% of ballots in the U.S. Postal Service sorting facilities on Tuesday were not processed on time for submission to election officials. According to the data the agency filed Wednesday in federal court, potentially leaving tens of thousands of ballots caught in the mail system during an especially tight presidential race. The Postal Service reported that timely processing, which includes most mail-in handling steps outside of pickup delivery, of 93.3% of the ballots on election day, its best processing score in several days, but still well below the 97% target that the Postal Service and voting experts say the agency should hit. It goes on to talk about how 300,000 mail-in ballots missing is highly unlikely, and basically something fishy is going on. Now, this is crazy because Donald Trump is going around telling everybody that they're cheating him out of the election and that he's really winning, but he's being cheated. And his supporters are believing it. It's crazy. You have his supporters in Detroit saying to count the vote and give him the results. But then you have his supporters in Pennsylvania saying stop the vote count because Biden has been catching up to him. Because, see, we're in what they call a red mirage scenario where early on it looked like Trump won because obviously they count the votes in person first. But once they count the votes by mail, and of course vote by mail is historic this year. Millions of people voted by mail. I think I want to say 50 million voted by mail, but don't quote me. So there's been more mail-in ballots this year than there's ever been before. So those get counted last. And mail-in ballots heavily favor Democrats. And part of that is because Democrats are just more likely to vote by mail. Part of it's because Trump told his supporters not to vote by mail. So you told your supporters not to vote by mail because there's voter fraud. So what do you think they were going to do? Now, this is crazy, guys. There's been a coordinated attempt to get rid of vote by mail votes. Now, you might say, 300,000 votes is not a lot. But what if 3,000 of those votes are in a state like Michigan, where the state could be won by 3,000 votes or less? All of a sudden, it makes a huge difference. So they're literally taking away people's right to vote. And the reason why this is such a big deal is because states like Michigan do not accept ballots that are mailed to them if they get to them after Election Day. Even if they were postmarked before Election Day, they don't accept them in these states. And these are some of the most important states. And Donald Trump and the Republican Party and the Postmaster General who he hired, they're doing this on purpose. I hope you understand. They're actively trying to steal an election. Like, people have been fear-mongering or about, saying, people were fear-mongering about Trump not leaving office. Guys, this guy wants to become the first dictator in United States history. That's what he wants to do. Okay? He wants to become a fascist dictator of the United States. Literally. And he's trying to do it by stealing an election. He's going to the Supreme Court to ask that votes stop be counted until the case is resolved. And he's filing suit against Nevada and Pennsylvania, and he's demanding a recount in Missouri. Guys, this is ridiculous. Like, we have a democratic process in the United States. It's not perfect, but we have a democratic process that guarantees that everyone gets a voice and that your votes count for something. Donald Trump is undermining that. He's undermining our democracy, our voting process. This guy's got to go. This guy's got to go. And you guys know me. I was not big on Biden. I'm not a Biden stan. I don't really like Biden very much as a candidate. Although I did vote for him. I did end up voting for Biden, but not the biggest Biden fan. But, excuse me. But Trump's got to go. He's got to go. If he'll try to deliberately cheat for an election, what won't he do? What won't he do? This guy is crazy. And you know what? And he's got the post office in his back pocket. A federal judge ordered the post office to sweep their mail for ballots and to turn them in. And what do? They ignore the federal judge. Now those votes are not going to count. Guys, this is really bad. This is bad. This is... They're trying to steal the election. Donald Trump is trying to steal the election because he knows he can't win and he won't beat Biden fair and square. So he's trying to steal it. And he's hoping that at the very least he can do damage control and slow the election down. But he's also hoping that he can get to the Supreme Court and that somebody like Amy Coney Barrett will side with him so that he can become the next president of the United States. And I'm just like, I don't know. With some of the things he's done, I don't see how anybody, Democrat or Republican, could side with him at this point. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, how are you tampering with the speed of the U.S. mail and votes? And then and then you have the nerve to say somebody stole from you when you're stealing from other people. Guys, this is ridiculous. This is really ridiculous. Like, Donald Trump has got to go. I'll be keeping you updated about this for sure. We're going to follow his story. He is being investigated at the moment for this. So, we'll see what comes out of it. But he's got to go. He's got to go, man. Donald Trump has got to go.